So, how does what you're observing in your environment impact what you're actually feeling in your body? And I don't just mean what you're feeling emotionally, I mean physically. What do you see? Pardon me, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you reading? What are you watching and listening to? Who is in your environment? What are the messages they're sending you through their actions as well as their words? What emotions are your environment generating? Does your environment and the things and the people in it show you just the past and where you've already been? Does it shame or guilt you into the things that you've been shoulded into doing? You should do this and you should do that. Or does your environment actually inspire you to move forward into progress and creating the life that you really desire? Welcome to your Quick Tip Tuesday for this week. We're talking about environments, and if you've noticed, my environment has changed a little bit. I'm working on upgrading that too. This isn't the final thing, but we're getting there. If you're new to my world, welcome. I'm Dr. Vicky, gentle chiropractor for people as well as pets. I'm a Reiki healer and I'm a mind body coach. And all those initials just mean that I am here to help you be the very best version of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally, because all of those go together. You can't address one without affecting the others. Otherwise, you're not going to get to your true best self. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you be your very best, because when you're better, the whole world can be better. So I'm upgrading my environment because though what you were seeing behind me on screen in these videos, it looked very nice. What I was seeing on the other side of the camera, ooh, that was chaos. It was bothering me. And I was not at my best self, which meant I was not giving you the very best. So I'm changing things up. I've moved to a different part of the house so that what I'm seeing is helping me be at my very best. And I'm working on upgrading what you're seeing as well to help you be at your very best as well, because it matters. What do I mean by that? Especially on the physical side. What is in your environment? If it's creating stress and tension and discord, like what was on the other side of my camera, and all of the chaos and the dirty laundry and just junk everywhere. If your environment is causing stress, tension, and discord, those emotions manifest in your body physically. All emotions manifest in the body physically. I cannot tell you how many times I have had a patient come in for hands on care and I find that knot that's up in their shoulders, or maybe it's down in their hips, and I can tell that that knot has a name to it. It might be a coworker, it might be somebody at home, or maybe it's the pile of dirty dishes in the kitchen sink that's been there for the past week. It has a name or a label to it, and I can tell. And usually, if I bring that up, they're like, "Yup, it's this or it's so and so." What you are feeling emotionally and mentally, you will feel physically. So, the what of our environment. There's the what and there's the who. And I'm not talking about the song, but now that's in my head, so it's probably in yours too. But let's start with the what of your environment. Is your environment, what you're surrounded with, is it filled with things you want to avoid? Because if it is, you'll start finding yourself avoiding other areas in your life as well. A lot of times you'll start avoiding taking care of yourself because the subconscious mind that rules everything that we do, all of our habits and patterns are controlled by our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind takes all of our actions and our words at face value and says, okay, this is the blueprint that I need to run off of. So if we're filling our environment with things that we want to avoid, our subconscious mind says, cool, what else can I avoid? I'm going to make more of whatever you're telling me to do. Oof. And if we're not taking care of ourselves, we fall apart pretty quick. If our environment is filled with things that make us feel that avoidance and feel like pulling back, or it's filled with only things that are focusing on the past. If your environment is filled with past medals or, past photos, those are very nice, but they can't be the only thing. Because if the only thing that you're focusing on is where you've been, you're going to end up having challenges moving forward. And how is that going to show up physically? When you've got those environments telling you to avoid and telling you to pull back and telling you to look backwards, it can actually show up as pain in the feet and the hips or other challenges in the things that help you physically move forward. Now, something else to think about in the what of what's in your environment. If you go Googling some of the top successful people out there, and I don't just mean financially, though that does come along with it, but the people who are out there achieving their dreams, designing their lives, and making it happen in whatever that ends up looking like. If you look at their desk or their whatever their work environment happens to be, it might not be the tidiest and the cleanest looking thing. It might look pretty chaotic to an outsider. But to them, you'll find if you look a little closer, it is filled with things that inspire their creativity and inspire them to move forward to the next thing that they're working towards, inspire them towards progress. So, what can you add to your environment that will help you feel inspired to creativity, that will help you feel inspired to move forward, and that will help you feel, feelings of wanting to move toward something? Now let's talk about the who. And again, I don't mean music. It is said by a lot of smart people with different initials behind their names than I have that we are the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time with. That includes digitally. It used to just be the people that we're physically spending time with, but that includes now in the modern world who we are spending our majority of our time experiencing. It's not just who you're having one-on-one interactions with. Who are you reading? Whose posts are you reading? Who are you listening to in your podcast or in your music? And what is the message they're saying? Who are you experiencing when you're out shopping? Where are you going and who are the people who are there? It's not just those one-on-one interactions, but what are the people that you're experiencing the most? What are they contributing to your environment emotionally and mentally? Because that's going to end up showing up physically. Do those people inspire you to move forward to progress and inspire you to move forward to the life that you really want to be living? Or do they inspire more of those feelings of avoidance and feelings of things that you don't want to experience more of? Because that is what your mind will tell you to do with your physical body. It'll tell you to match that mental and emotional vibe of moving towards what you want, or to match that mental and emotional vibe of moving away from what you don't want. And those are two very different things. Checking my notes, making sure I don't miss anything for you guys. All right. Now, of those two types of people, the ones that inspire us to move forward and the ones that make us want to avoid and pull back, our experiences with those two types of people, the physical impact of those is either they will help us feel relaxation and ease or excitement in a positive way, or they'll make us feel more tension, more regression, and they'll actually fire off your adrenaline response. That same fight or flight chemical reaction that happens in your body when you're nose to nose with mama bear and you gotta get out or fight her off. The same thing happens in your body from a Facebook post or from a blog post or an interaction with somebody in the checkout line. Those interactions show up physically. And when you have that adrenaline reaction, that pulling away, your body is going to respond a whole lot like that coyote with its leg stuck in a trap, and it will do anything and everything that it possibly can to get away, including chewing off your own leg. Your body will literally sacrifice itself to continue you along that path, that momentum of moving away from something, of avoiding something. So maybe we should fill our environment with the people and things that help you focus on where you want to go. Not just on the past, not just on pulling back, not just on things that we don't want to experience, not just on fixing problems, but things that inspire us to create the world that we want to see, things that inspire us to move forward, things that inspire us to progress. And something to keep in mind as those physical challenges come up, because they will, when you look to someone, to a provider to help you with it. If those physical challenges are coming from your environment, no amount of treatment for that challenge is going to give you true resolution. There's a whole whooping bunch of providers out there who will happily take your money week after week, month after month, just putting a band-aid on the problem, on the physical challenge that you're experiencing, and never truly resolving it because they're not looking deeper. They're not looking at why is that physical problem coming up. They might look at the one layer below, here's the problem, what's causing that, and they stop there. They're not going, okay, here's the physical problem. That's coming from tension in the shoulders. What's causing the tension? They're looking for just physical. They're not looking at the mental and emotional. You have to have all three pieces for true health to really be your best. So, is the provider you're working with looking not only at the physical challenge that you're bringing to them, but are they also looking at where you want to go overall? What has been impacting you to this point and empowering you with the tips, tools, and techniques you need to use on your own so that you're not dependent upon them, but you're empowered by them to get you from where you are to where you want to be as rapidly and as easily as possible in a way that helps you sustain it. If this all makes sense to you, let's have a no charge consultation to see if I'm the right fit to get you from where you are to that life that you really desire. You can reach out to me by calling me on my direct line or sending me a text message with the word consult. That way I know what we're going to chat about when I get back to you. And my direct line is 636 751 3150. All right, go see what's in your environment and see how you can upgrade it with things that inspire you to create that life that you desire. Because when you're better, the whole world gets to be better. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.